if you're not, do you mind?
No, you're fine.
If you're not taking action because you're afraid of failure,
Mm-hmm.
Or you're afraid of rejection and being judged, a lot of times that's a learned response, but it is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, the judgment and the rejection comes from you.
Yeah.
And so,
yeah. Because it's like it's like the words are permanently burned in my brain.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I step out of that comfort zone, you're right. That's all that floats back into my head. And then I'm like, that's what probably,
yep, let me step right back.
Yes.
And so what can be really helpful for that, a way to kind of, because what I look at it is, I look at energy as transactional. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? How can you balance or counteract that energy? So learning to hold tender space for yourself. Like if you have a relationship with yourself where you're constantly judging and it's hostile, mm-hmm. then learning to hold tender and accepting space for yourself, mm-hmm. like being an unconditional safe space for yourself, that heals that. You understand what I'm saying? You can heal your relationship with self, because it's really hard to thrive and to believe in yourself, mm-hmm. if you don't trust yourself.
True.
Or if you think that you're a hostile environment. And I think what we have to understand is the way that we respond in relationship to others, mm-hmm. is the same way we respond in relationship to ourselves. Mm-hmm. So it's like if you know someone and you talk with them and they're always criticizing you about what you say, or like if they make promises to you and they don't never keep it, they don't never come through, you know, you're going to be looking at them like, you know, you're not going to trust them. And a lot of times that's the relationship we have with ourselves. Mm-hmm. And we be wondering why, you know, stuff don't add up, why we don't feel right, why we don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's pretty, it is the same. It is the same. It is very similar. And so I think that even before holding yourself to the task of taking that uncomfortable action, mm-hmm. even just, you know, set the intention of just accepting mm-hmm. without judgment, being with yourself now,
right?
Without judgment, being with this current version of you, whatever that version brings, without judgment.
Yeah, just allowing myself to be myself.
Just allowing yourself to be yourself, mm-hmm. and normalizing that.
And I think that is a big thing for me, because I do try to conform to the people, not conform to the people around me, but like, you know how it's like, it's respectful not to cuss in front of old people.
Yeah.
But like, I think I'm
trying to be like socially acceptable.
Yes. When I just
really want to just be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing that's always attracted me to Alan, was mm-hmm. the fact that he was just him, no matter where he was or what he was doing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, mm-hmm. they'd be like, stop cussing, Grandma's right there. And he'd be like, Grandma knows who I am. And she would just laugh and turn. You know what I mean? But everybody else, mm-hmm. she'd be like, stop cussing. Because they can, do you know what I mean?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. And you know what? That's such a beautiful example, sis. Because that's how life responds. When we are totally accepting, mm-hmm. and not ashamed of our truth, mm-hmm. and we express that way, life is receptive, mm-hmm. and life will make space. And usually the people that show up in authentically, and you just kind of know, like that's okay, that's so yeah. You accept it. Like we don't really question that so much. We don't like, oh, I wish they were so. I mean, some people do, but we ain't worried about them. You know, at the end of the day, when people show up in those spaces, you kind of know what to expect. You kind of know, okay. And then if you don't see that, it's kind of like, whoa, you know.
Yeah, are they okay?
Yeah,
what's going on?
Yeah. And so it's the same with us, you know. It's the same. Mm-hmm. Life will do that, and we have the permission to express an authenticity, and life will make space for that authenticity. Mm-hmm. So if we don't feel like we have the space to express, then the key is to hack it. Because I was just thinking that today. I'm like, you know, I want to be present in my life, but I also want space to just rest and to just chill and to be, right? And I'm just like hacking it. Like, how can I hack it and have it all? Because I'm like, to take care of all of my current responsibilities, you know what I mean? I feel like it consumes my attention. But then we all got 24 hours in a day. Like, we all have the same amount of space.
Right.
So some people are a little bit more strategic with how they use their space. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to hack it. So it's the same way. Like, we have ample opportunity for whatever it is. Yeah, however we want to show up. Life will make space, but we just gotta like
allow it.
We gotta make space.
Yeah, like allow it.
We have to allow it. Yeah,
it's so hard. And